Hi everybody, Phoenix Kawamoto here from the Community Partnership. I'd like to welcome you to the first video segment for Insights Over-the-Counter Medications. And today we have Chris Dennehy with us from Step 1 in Highland. Thank you so much, Chris, and I really appreciate what you're going to be offering for our parents and viewers today. Thank you.
All right, so I'm happy to be here and I'm glad that you're tuning in today. I'd like to speak a bit about over-the-counter medications. I'm the clinical director of Step 1, which is an outpatient substance abuse program in Highland, not too far from here. And we see a lot, especially with young people, around the over-the-counter medications. It tends to be very easy to obtain, which is something that's being worked on to make it less easy. So I understand that parents can be very concerned about this and what to look for. And I know recently it's been an issue that's very much come to the forefront for this community in particular. So just the DXM, dextromethorphan, which is not easy to say. This is something that's in many medications. It can be found in cough medicine, it can be found in pill form, and it's always listed on the back of the box as one of the ingredients. This is a very potent substance, and they're actually trying to get it to the point where it can no longer be obtained over the counter, that you'll need to get it as a behind-the-counter prescription. But as of now, it's something that adolescents, young people will use where they will take more than directed. So the purpose that it was created for now has been compounded. So they'll have an excitability. They can, in even higher doses, they may seem lethargic. What happens is that it starts sedating or shutting down. It's also what's called a hypnotic, so that they may have an out-of-body experience. So as the parent looking at this child, this young person, you're going to see something that you haven't seen before, where they're going to be acting silly, they're going to be not making sense. In lower doses, they may seem intoxicated. It's one of the points I'd like to make for the parents out there is if you're noticing these differences, trust your gut. If it's different, if you notice it as different, it is different. It's worth exploring. And the other piece is that you don't necessarily explore this with the person, your child, potentially, who's under the influence at the time. You can try to address them, but it would be most effective to address them afterwards, maybe the next day. If there's any concern where they're acting odd and then they seem lethargic and then seem to be hitting some sort of medical emergency than you would do for any other medical emergency, you would call 911, have the ambulance come and have them treated medically. On that note, this is a medical condition, so substance abuse is a medical issue. So if we can treat it as less of a sort of shameful piece and you reach out to the folks that you know in your community, at the schools, anyone you feel comfortable talking about and asking them who else I can talk to about this. Because there's one thing, one last point that I'll make is something to notice if your child is just acting bizarrely. The eyes don't lie. So if their pupils are dilated, if specifically with DXM, they might move out of their control, nystagmus, where the eyeballs jiggle. That's a guarantee that they've ingested something and you should seek some help.
So Chris, if I'm a parent in the audience that's watching this, and they have some concerns, they're noticing, they've been monitoring their meds, they're seeing, some of their prescriptions going, slipping away. What can they do?
So the part of what the parents can do is even just questions. I mean, there's various avenues out there. I know the website has avenues for answers to those questions, but they can always call Step 1 as well. 845-691-9191 and ask for a clinician. Monday through Thursday, we're open until 9 p.m. Fridays, we close a little earlier than that. There's clinicians there on the weekend mornings as well. And we have an answering service that if they really want to speak to someone and they choose to call Step 1, they can usually get someone. If the answering service after hours, contacts me, I can answer your questions. And if it's simply that, just looking for information, we can do that.
Great.
All right.
And I know we're also going to be, putting together some additional community conversations episodes with some specific tips for parents on how to initiate the conversation. There's more resources to follow. So again, thank you for viewing. As Chris mentioned, the new Paltz Med Return Units, we have 2 right here in town. One at the New Paltz Police Department on South Putt Corners Road, and also one at the SUNY New Paltz Campus Police Department. The New Paltz PD is open 24/7, 365 days a year, free, anonymous drop box. Right now in this community, you have been utilizing it really well, and we want to encourage people to continue to do so. And we'll look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.